Hello, Miss Bells, Algebra 2. Taking a look at this graph in vertex form worksheet that you guys are working on in class. And let's get started. I'm going to do all the odd ones for you, help you get started on some of the other ones. So for the first one, we're taking a look at this one. We know that it opens up because it's going to be positive. We have a positive value out here. There's no negative. When you have a negative, think of frown, think of opening down. It's going to be frown. When it's positive, when there's, it's a positive, think of a smile, think of positive things happening, smiling, opening up. The vertex is going to be -1, 3, because remember in your notes, and I kept referring back to notes on this, it's the vertex formula is negative h in the formula. So this being a positive, two negatives make a positive, so that's telling me that this is actually a negative vertex. This negative in the formula, since it's negative h, would make it +1 as it's written here. So it has to be negative. So you got to watch that, okay? In other words, just change the sign whenever you see this, whenever you're looking at this. Like the next one, this is going to be a +1. Where is it? +1. Okay, so, and then the y value is, back here, just whatever, +3, so it's just 3. If it's -3, it's -3, so that one just stays the same. It's the x one that it's tricky, you have to watch for. So the axis of symmetry, remember, is just the x value. That means, on the, we could fold this in half, and it would be the same on this side and that side. Right on that axis of symmetry. Understanding the axis of symmetry, when you start to get points, when you're graphing this, you know that, if I have a point from the axis of symmetry 2 points away or 2 places away this way, I'm going to have them 2 places away this way. And then, this point over here, I had it 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. You can easily plot points. It helps you plot points when you understand the axis of symmetry. Okay, minimum or maximum. This is going to be a minimum. This is the bottom of that curve. Make sure you're making it look like a curve, like Miss Bell said, not a U. Or not a V, not a V. It's not sharp. V, remember, is absolute value. So you want to make sure it's curvy. And then the range is going to be everything greater than or equal to 3. So the y values, this is my y, these are all my y values listed here. It can't be less than y. There's no graph down here. It starts at 3 and it's everything above 3. So it's y is greater than or equal to 3. So the transformation from, what does this mean? Transformation from what? Remember that the parent function, is right here. The parent function is that u when it's at 0. It's just, y equals x squared, that parent function from your notes from earlier in the week. So what changed here? Well, we went left 1 and we went up 3. So we went left 1 and up 3. Left 1, up 3. That's what those numbers represent from your notes. Okay, I'm not going to explain each one that thoroughly because I just want you to, get this done. Also, I'm going to show you Desmos. From the information here, this opens down because we have a negative here. The vertex is it's just 1, -1. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 1 because that is what the x is. It's a maximum because it opens down. It's going to be the very top of the very top point. And then the range is y is less than or equal to -1. So it's going to be everything down below this. I got the graph when I typed it in to Desmos. Okay, and I have all of the odd ones typed in here. You can see. So this blue one, that is, I think that's the third one that I did. Oh, no, actually, that's the first one, then -1, it's -1. Yeah, it's right here. I had two blue ones, I had to get them straight. Okay, so this blue one. So if I click on it, you can see my vertex right there. 1, -1. There we go, 1, -1. And then you could go ahead and find points like, okay, where does 2, what happens at 2? Okay, well 2, -3, remember the axis of symmetry? Well, I'm going to have one over here on the opposite side of this axis of symmetry, which is x equals 1. So you can find your points that you're going to plot right here as you type this in Desmos. Remember how to type it in. You click down here and you just start typing it in, and just the way it looks like on your worksheet. And then you could see, all the points that you need to plot. And I like to get, the vertex and then the next 2 points on either side of that axis of symmetry. So, we have a reflection, and we haven't been doing that, but, whenever it's negative, that means it reflects over the x-axis, so it flips it. And then it's a compression of 2, because it's -2. It moves right 1 unit and moves down 1 unit. Okay. Number 5. Okay, we got this one opening up. It's positive. It's going to be a -1 and -4 as my vertex. My axis of symmetry is -1. It is going to be a minimum. It's going to be the bottom of the U. The range is y is greater than my the y value here, greater than or equal to. Remember, if it's opening up, y is always going to be greater than or equal to k. If it's opening down, its y is always less than or equal to whatever the k value is. Remember, the k value is the second number, the y value, xy value, when we have the vertex. Okay, the transformations, it's a vertical stretch factor of 2. It's left 1 unit and down 4 units. Left 1 unit, down 4 units. That's where I get my information. Once again, I plugged this into Desmos, just the way it looks, and I was able to find those extra points there. For number 7, this is opening down. The vertex is 2, -4. I have a 2 here and a -4. Remember, we changed that sign in here, if you want to think of it that way. Axis of symmetry is 2. We could fold it on this 2. And you're going to have whatever you have on this side is going to be that far away on that side. It's going to be a maximum. It's going to be the top because it's opening down. And the range is y is going to be less than or equal to -4. So everything down below. It's a shrink factor of 2. And you're going to go right 2 units and down 4 units. And take a look at these points. So hopefully you're, pausing this and taking a good look at, the points that I plugged in. I got these points off of Desmos so that I can make a decent graph. Remember, she doesn't want you to just make a U and not have any points, and have some real live points that satisfy that equation in order to solve and graph it correctly. So for number 9, taking a look at this, it's going to be up because it's positive. The vertex is 2, -3, 2, -3. Axis of symmetry is 2 because I have a 2 here. It's a minimum because it's the bottom. Y is greater than or equal to -3 because I have that -3 there. And since it opens up, remember, anything opening up, that y is going to be greater than or equal to your k. Remember, we have hk, this is my k, so -3. The transformation, it's a vertical stretch factor of 2. It's going to go right 2 units and down 3 units from that parent factor. Once again, remember, the transformation is comparing y equals x squared, which would be, normally, you know, when it's just right here. So notice we went, you know, right 2, down 3, and then it stretched, factor of 2. Okay. Number 11. This one's going to be opening down. It's negative. We have a vertex of -4, 4. Because this is +4, I'm going to change that x value in there, because the vertex formula is a -h, remember, but this is a +4, so 2 negatives made a positive, so it was a -4 that was, that we're going to think about in there, and then 4 for the k value. And so the axis of symmetry is x equals -4. It is a maximum, it's the top of the arc, and we have a range of y is less than or equal to 4. So y is going to be everything less than or equal to 4. So the transformation reflect across the x-axis. So it's flipped, but then it went left 4 and up 4 units. So it went left 4 and up 4 units after it was a reflection. Okay. Hopefully this helps you guys, and good luck with the even ones. Go ahead and make mistakes. Use Desmos. Plug those problems in, and then you'll get some, I have so many here. I have them all on here, all the odd ones, because I was looking at all the points that I could put on here, exactly where to put those points. So I can graph it a little bit better for you on your worksheet. But use that at home. Or you could use your graphing calculator, and there's ways to get to the table on the graphing calculator so that you can find those points. Remember, the table function is up here. You would use, the second and table function. After you've plugged that information in, you use the y equals button, to start to plug the whole thing in. Let me clear all that. So you use the y equals, and then you're going to type the whole thing in. And then you can go and use the table, and you'd get a table of points, and you could find whole number points that you could plot on your graph if you want to use the graphing calculator way. I prefer the Desmos.